This video is intended to describe Wise Healer, the Lightblade Wand Part 2. In Part 1, my camera mysteriously shut off from being overheated, so I had to take a quick break, let the phone cool off before I continue the description. Where I left off in the last video was talking about Libyan Gold Tektite, a very powerful fire elemental stone. So my phone could not endure it, obviously, and it overheated and shut off my camera. Continuing on to Moldavite, where I was discussing last also. Moldavite is a very powerful green ray cosmic stimulant that connects one to their highest source nature. A very powerful stone of synchronicity, also notarized as the stone of the Holy Grail. So that would be the central power pack placed upon the Faden quartz to work as a restitcher of energy patterns. And the power pack around the thumb engagement is consisting of the famous turquoise right here, then clear quartz to be a neutral acceleration of the energy into blue-white hemimorphite. Blue-white hemimorphite is an amazing stone. I feel criminally underrated in the mineral kingdom for metaphysical purposes due to the fact that it has a perfect 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th non-physical chakra stimulation, which is excellent for counseling, mediumship, and all psychic gifts of all kinds and heart-mind coherence as well. Blue-white hemimorphite is an amazing stone of auric balancing and another 5th chakra induction frequency. Then part of the primary thumb engagement at the very tip right here, designed to be engaged like so, is the lovely purple, if I get the view focus right, charoite. Charoite is an amazing purple ray stone that has a strong stimulation to the, of course, 6th, 7th, and 8th soul star, as well as the grounds through the solar plexus, the base, and the earth stars, being a wind elemental stone to ground the entire energy system of the highest configuration through the earth stars. So an amazing stone of synchronicity and alignment to one's divine purpose as well, which is the disposition of a wise healer, is this frequency right here. And behind the selenites right here on both sides is the lovely aquamarine, a beryl family blue ray cousin to emerald, an amazing cardinal water elemental stone of stimulation for the 4th and 5th chakras in unison, being a cardinal amazing frequency of water. Oftentimes 8.5 out of 10 on the hardness scale gives a very tense atomical structure for the blue ray to carry its current. Hence the placement of the aquamarines behind the selenite, which actually runs the energy like so in a straight direction and recirculates in the blade band, was critical to have a very intense blue ray strengthened emanation right here for impeccable communication. So I will continue with the blade face mount stones before I continue on with the selenite and the kyanites and the focalizer crystals. This right here is another heavy dose of lapis lazuli, seen on both sides. They match identically for both sides of the blade face for this purpose. Lapis lazuli, once again, an ancient stone of ancient Egypt, and is a very powerful, lovely blue ray stone, favorites of millions for over thousands of years, for very good reason, being a great stone of antiquity and magic. Going into the lovely scoicite. Scoicite is an amazing white ray stone of divinity that has a strong submission to the 6th, 7th, 8th non-physical chakras to the Godhead, and is also a very powerful soothing of the mind frequency through divinity. So it's an amazing stone for a healer frequency to have that divine influx while having a very soothing aspect to the mind of inner peace. To further intensify that peace ratio is pieces of purple lepidolite, like described back here in video 1. Lepidolite is an amazing lithium potassium based purple ray stone that is very soothing to the mental, emotional, physical bodies in that trifecta. So it makes a very amazing healing of anxieties of any kind, which is very useful in a focused vibratory broadcast for anyone in assistance with wielder of this device, to soothe the frequencies and de-pattern the stressful cohesions that cause the emotional pains of the root causes of the problems. And a very amazing antidote to cure any kind of anxieties of any kind is that frequency. Going into the master healer of seraphinite, one of my top 10 favorite stones, due to the fact of its extreme metaphysical healing potentiality. Named after the seraphim angels, obviously it's a green ray stone which has heart chakra connotation resonance, but yet it stimulates the entire chakra column. Much like the star Argonite described in video 1 down here, it is a master healer that actually stimulates the entire chakra column to its divine blueprint. You can think of any kind of impediments or dis-ease stored in the chakra system being dismantled very rapidly by that particular frequency and replaced with the ideal configuration of the ideal Lightblade activation. Another aspect too is it dismantles any kind of outmodeled patterns that would impede the full healed spectrum of light body activation. Then at the very tip right here on both sides is something that's quite lovely named blue argonite. Almost looks like Larimar to quite a bit, but yet is actually a calcium-based frequency, much like the argonite family right here, that brings the aspects of clearing capacity with the same stimulation of the 4th, 5th, and 6th chakras, thereby being a water and wind elemental stimulant in a very clearing aspect. It's very, very powerful for clearing any kind of emotional wound blocks that block the 4th and 5th, as well as the 6th. So one can speak one's truth more clearly, more efficiently, in a very deeper level. Obviously, complementary to the other Blu-ray resonance of the same focus. And here at the end, like I described in video 1, is once again labradorite at the very end. So what's important here is that the selenite runs the current in the straight line like so on both sides, with the aquamarine running the current into the labradorite, making a circuit of itself before it actually redirects through the entire Lightblade band to recirculate the current through the entire structure, like a figure 8. And the aspect of selenite being utilized here is quite critical. Oftentimes saved for last, after all the other stones are described, is one last thing to discuss, so it makes more sense at the end. Selenite by itself is a lovely 6th, 7th clearing, purifying influence to the 8th soul star, all the way to the non-physical chakras, to the Godhead, higher self source of the conscious self. And also clears any negativities and densities for the entire body in a very rapid manner. But the aspect of why selenite is so critical in virtually all light tech that passes from my hands into distribution is the fact that it'll take every single stone discussed previously, it will purify the entire output of the ratio, it will harmonize and accelerate them together. So we have the trifecta of purifying the entire vibratory output, harmonizing them all in a perfect pitch, then accelerating them in tandem. That's quite a profound trifecta of a very effective light tool, so to speak, or energy tool if you would, or a spirit tool. So that's why they are sort of critically placed here. And the aspect of the kyanites of black, orange, green, and blue in this ignition order on both sides, seen here, is critical in the transference of this energy. So black kyanite rapidly grounds all excess energy through the base chakra into the earth stars, into the earth meridian matrix free processing at a very, very quick rate. As a matter of fact, in the mineral kingdom, kyanites are the most rapid transfers of energy between two sources. So hence their utilization as the transferability of this energy is highly critical in this closed loop design. Orange kyanite rapidly bridges the sacrum to its highest octave, which is our creativity and our imagination, if you would, and also, of course, the co-creation with creation to its highest capacity, and rapidly bridges these energies through the entire structure to the highest optimum. Then green kyanite rapidly bridges the heart chakra energy to the source of creation to two other candidates, for example, is a very, very quick ratio. Then blue kyanite rapidly bridges the neural pathways to the highest configuration, aka psychic gifts, prefrontal lobe aspects, and awakened third eye. So blue kyanite is very, very effective for rapidly transferring energy through the psychic centers, telepathy, such as that nature, are on those spheres. So having the combination of the black, orange, green, and blue easily available to me makes a very quick, full transference of this energy, and more importantly, serves as another etheric Teflon device to transmute and change patterns of energy, to basically break the skips of a cohesion that keep playing out, to repattern new patterns very effectively, very rapidly. It's one of the premier aspects of an effective light tool as far as I'm concerned. And to take all that energy and put it through a focus are these focalizer crystals up here. Back here is titanium aura quartz. This is clear quartz in a pressure vacuum, powder coated with titanium to give it a lovely iridescent sheen, which is technically a man-made mineral, but metaphysically very potent and very powerful. The energy titanium stimulates the entire rainbow light body in unison, and also activates all the chakra columns and strengthens the entire auric field so other weaker frequencies can't shift it as easily when this guy is engaged in play for healing modalities. So a very powerful energy strengthener. Then the very, very apex focus of all energy right here, which you can consider to be like the primary directive beam right here, would be the aqua aura quartz. Aqua aura quartz is another man-made stone that is pressure coated with straight gold, which gives it a very lovely blue look. So its energy is very associated with aquamarine in its vibration, being a very prominent blue ray focused frequency, and a wonderful transmuter of negativity in that regard as well. So that's exactly why that would be the primary blade band focus, to have the excess energy of this entire platform discussed thus far, and be the focalizers to produce a successful discharge. And all of these components are actually set on a oak core from my lovely backyard, from one of my tree buddies. Which oak, of course, is a stone, a frequency of band of wood that is very grounding and very strengthening in its atomical structure, which gives it a great strength. Hence this notoriety for being the wood of gods and heroes, and notoriety in druidic utilization is very well notarized, and a very strong frequency. So in summary, the atomical ratio of wood is a carbon-based element just like our physical avatars. So the resonance of engaging the oak frequency as the base core puts a very strong earth bandwidth foundation for this entire frequency broadcast discussed thus far. I believe that would be all the crystals discussed between video 1 and video 2. So in summary, this device is designed to be a very intensive Christ frequency emanation device with heavy blue ray concentration, hence the leather being a color therapy designator, as well as all the complicated frequencies in one closed loop circuit, to truly honor the aspect of the archetype of a wise healer. Thousand blessings, and may everybody have a great day.